Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Prowrestlingsim. If you've been here or watched the last two videos, welcome back. And if you haven't, you might want to watch the first video. I know these two videos were one was almost an hour, the other one was maybe 45 minutes or something like that, but some of it is I wanted to show some of the features of this game. So if you were to want to build your own, you can. Obviously there's, other videos out there as well that you can look at, but to give I was given a gist, because I've looked on YouTube and everything, and it's been quite a different videos, so maybe my aspect may be not as clear as other people, so, feel free to, if mine doesn't give you the full experience of what you'd want and you find something else, and be like, yo, could you expand on that? I could do that. But in this episode, we are going into the first. At this point, since we're starting off and we are, a low company, you can consider it kind of like a pay-per-view, so to speak, but it's a first event. It's like a house show, but it's not a house show, if you know what I mean, because we are starting from ground zero. Our popularity is zero for all regions in this game. There's Asia, Oceania, North America, South America, so to speak, and there's one more that I'm probably missing. But as you can see, this is the front of the whole panel that you would see every single time. That for the office section that you see on the left is how many roster people you have, what is your standard gonna be, what is your money flowing, it shows promises, network deals. You got no default announcer set, because per promotion it's gonna be different. I'm not making everybody the same. If everyone was the same, it may get annoying, or it may be, if they're pretty good, really good. But it's you wouldn't want the same announcers every single promotion. You wouldn't want the people from AEW to do WWE, unless if they're, to your perspective, that they're pretty good at what they're doing, and you'd rather have AEW announcers, commentary on WWE instead of WWE commentary. But it may be vice versa. You wouldn't want WWE commentary on AEW. They all have pros and cons in their way, and how they interpret things, and how they take within, their character as commentating, or however you, so to speak, portray it as. If it's a character, or if it's, just being there to commentate, that you wouldn't want it on both shows, because each person is good in their own way. But anyhow, we have 23 wrestlers, and I like how this is narrowed down. Before, it had something on top here, it was all combined, it was all condensed, that it would say you have 25 wrestlers, maybe 10 backstage staff, 3 announcers, and 4 referees. It would say that all in one line. It wouldn't go in this depth of, you have 12 faces and you got 11 heels. Personalities, you got none. Referees, you got 3. Backstage staff, you got 2. It doesn't include the announcers, but that all aspect, I have 3 in this promotion. I don't think it would be such a big deal about it, but it's maybe if you're a big promotion or whatnot, you want to know how many announcers you have. But, I have 3 in this one. So, and then production levels. What kind of production are you wanting to make? Do you want to make, high level right away? Or do you want to start off low and work your way up? Because you're going to be losing money at the start. You're not going to all gain money at the beginning. You're going to lose money because of you got pay per appearance people, unless if depending on how you want to set it as. I wanted to start this off scratch. Like, you have zero popularity within it. Like, in the World at War, you can choose a company that has popularity, a good set popularity, and try to use the relationships within the promotion within the wrestlers to your advantage. Whether it be, a good feud, a bad feud, and you can, portray it, spin it however you want. But with this is starting from ground zero. So this is like you have unlimited amount of ideas, which is what I'm wanting, because I'm wanting to think, I'm wanting to portray. I'm wanting to either fail or succeed, and we'll see what we do, because the reason why I did $100 million is because I saw, like I said, they have a Discord page, and people have, their ideas. They suggested to the dev, and the dev either was like, hey, I'll add it onto the list, or, not saying that he was like, oh, that's a bad idea, I won't add it to the list, but maybe wait for someone who may have, a similar idea, but like maybe a little bit, I wouldn't say necessarily better, but, have it portrayed in a different way, and then it'll be like, hey, I'll add it onto the list. Or just like people spew off ideas and stuff like that, and then they're like, oh yeah, that would be cool, or that's what I was saying, whether it be her or him, whoever's, behind the screen typing the idea. And then when I bought this, they didn't have this wellness policy. I'm going full scale, and I'm only going wrestlers only to begin with. So that way, I'm going for the safety and the well-being of, individuals. I'm wanting my promotion to be the best, top-notch, and do it safely. Not, obviously today and age, like, there's, it's a worldwide problem with, drugs and everything, but, some people do it, they have to do it medically, and then some people do it wrongly. So, I'm trying to do it the safe way of what they need. Basically saying, if you have a prescription for it, do it by all means, but, trying to do it safely and not, do it so wrongly. So I'm doing, testing for steroids, testing for soft drugs and hard drugs. And I will set other promotions where it won't be this hard scale. It may be, they won't test for steroids, but they'll test for soft and hard, or they won't test for steroids and soft drugs, and they're going to test for hard drugs. Or, they may test for soft drugs, not hard drugs and steroids. Like, there's many, different, so to speak, combinations within those three. And it's like, or they can only test for they could only test for steroids, not soft and hard drugs and stuff. So, we'll play around with it, per promotion and everything. So, I have added storylines. So these are the active storylines, based off of what I feel and what I put them as, for, main event, upper mid-card, lower mid-card, and enhancement talent, and what I feel is what I'm going to do with these people. I have written it down, of their name, what are they going for, main event, upper mid-card and stuff, what their character is basically, because like I said, or like I showed in the last video, of when you're negotiating a deal, you can choose a character type, whether it be underdog, millionaire, athlete, wholesome face, classic heel, badass, monster, stuff like that. And there's different pros and cons to it, whether it be, you can do a fast popularity gain or fast, like, popularity decrease and stuff like that. Or in order for this to happen, it has to have like entertainment skill, and the entertainment skill has to be at 70 or above attribute. So for it to get its full effect. So if it's like, okay, within their little snippets, it's like they can be this, but say if it's a 68 or a 69 and it's not a 70, well then that won't be in full effect because it's not a 70. It's not saying that you can build that person up and it will get that 70 for entertainment skill and finally get its full effect. But yeah, with my 23 roster spots, I have made 3 active storylines as of right now. What I want to do for these 6 months before I add the Minnesota All-Star Wrestling. Then after that, I feel like I'm going to break it down into half of that it'll be, or a third. It'll either be every 2 or 3 months, because this will take forever if it's 6 months or if it's a year, that I will add a new state. And then I changed the popularity, so to speak, generation to low right now, because for the first 6 months I am focusing on my promotion and not adding a new promotion and all that stuff. That I will be slowly adding them in as we get to the 2 months, the 3 month notch, and then adding a new one, because I have to manually go into the database and put a new promotion, add the titles, all that stuff, so that way their promotions are set, and all I have to do is gain people throughout time, have it automatically set for per population to have theirs, set for event wise, and then they're good to go. So yeah, I have 2 solo storylines going on right now, and I have 1 tag team going on right now, and these are going for titles. That's the only kind of hint I will give you, because there are some things I may hint, but I wouldn't want to spoil something. Like, WWE, AEW, like they'll give you the bits and pieces, and each week will be something different within the storyline. Obviously, it may be kind of hard to do that when it's a simulation on here and you don't see it on screen as in the match wise, but if there's a way for you in the comment section to be like, hey, I have to add a commentary narrative on stuff, then I can do that. But I want to keep it where in the bookings on how I book it, I don't want to spoil anything. So, and then you're like, oh, that's going to happen, and blah, blah, blah. That is what I'll try to avoid. But within these 3 active storylines right now, they're going for the titles because all the titles are vacant. So they will not have a champion until a champion is crowned at the 6 month level. There are some added titles that I added to it, like a trio tag team. That was about it. Otherwise, it was just the simple, cruiserweight, heavyweight, tag team, women's heavyweight, and a trio tag team. And that's all I've added. So, I've already booked the show prior to this happening. So, I will show you the add match, add angle, so to speak. Or you can click this auto book if you were to have an owner or a booker, which is part of like the backstage staff. You'd look at their agent rating, and their agent rating is what can determine how things can move slowly within how they portrayed as. So, obviously closer to 99 to 100, the better. And you would hit auto book, and it can auto everything. Now, if you were to start something and you hit auto book, it deletes whatever your suggestion or how you wanted to spin, how you wanted to portray that event that night. It completely deletes it, and it adds whatever person you have into their layout of the show. And it may, delete the entire matchup of what you wanted. So, for example, for Aaron and Dominic, that is towards the bottom. If I were to hit autobook, I may be lucky in that they keep them both, but more than likely it will be deleted. It may have them involved in the night, but they will probably either be with different people or in a different angle, or vice versa, within the event, and they may not be in the same spot either, so then you have to move everything back. But I did make the event already. This is how it's gonna go. I have a tag team. They are not I've created tag teams as well, so you can see some of the names on here, that I've created 3 or 4 tag teams. One of them is kind of like a single split for right now, but eventually we'll get involved as a tag team. But I've created 2 women and 2 males, or 3 males. So it's like 5 overall, or 4. And not all of them are active, but majority of them are. Like Athlete Central, it was based off their attributes and what their little notes were, that I, created an Athlete Central with their stamina and everything. And then Kings of the World, kind of what their attributes were, like if they're money driven, or they want power and stuff like that. So it's kind of like if you can tell their character is royalty, and I combine them together. And then Money is Reality for the women. They were money driven, so I put them together, create a tag team, Money is Reality, so their attribute or their character is like millionaire, to make them look rich. They may not be the best tag team, but within, storyline wise and what their character is, millionaire is kind of their set in stone for each wrestler. So you can tell down the line that Aaron and Dominic is the enhancement talent, so he is kind of there. Otherwise, it goes from the top of it being the lower card, and then the bottom is the main eventers. So, obviously it may be kind of difficult to know who is who now, because it's like, okay, you just put a show together, and see how it goes. And you're right, because they may have the ratings, but it may not get the popularity that you'd want. So overall, this is like a first time booking, first time getting the feel on what is going to happen. But I'll kind of show you on how to book a match at an angle and stuff like that. So obviously I'm not going to try and hit the auto book. If I accidentally hit it, all that time I put together will be gone. So if to add a match, you have this screen, and you can set the length. The highest is 90 minutes, so an hour and a half. Obviously you wouldn't want an hour and a half match. Stamina wise, that's going to take your character, I don't know if it would like drain it completely, but it'd be a great hit on their stamina. And since I have 3 referees, I can change between 3 referees, whether it be, Carlotta, Joseph, and Takuji. Having Carlotta and Takuji having the skill of 100, and Joseph at 85. So obviously you'd want, the level 100 out more, but it's also with Joseph, you could want to build his attribute to allow him up, or what I'm doing now is having the Carlotta, because she is a female, do the female matches, Joseph doing the lower card matches with the male, and Takuji with the main event with their abilities. Now they may go up in ranking as well, so it may change, but Carlotta and Takuji, I think they're set in stone. 100 is as high as you can go. So the announcers, these are the announcers that I have, which will be auto set for every single match, every single angle, gimmick, whatever they're involved with. And then a gimmick match, it's just a standard match. There's no extreme. Before there was like extreme rules tables and stuff like that, but I wonder what is taken away from it. And then you can select a winner or a draw, dragging people and stuff. So if we were to drag Aaron to that, now you can drag Alex Adam into the same kind of space that it has, or to the next one. If you drag him into the space that he has, like it says, is drag to add a tag team partner, or drag to add opponents, so you would have to drag it above, that way they're facing each other. But you can always change it to, you can like delete it and then add it to be if you truly wanted to be a tag team partner. Now this may not work very well because it's a face and a heel on the same team, but overall that's what you do. And say if there's a like a trio tag team or something like that, that say Alex Adams and Aaron are a tag team, showing the details, whoops, that you drag that, and say if Alex Jones, I don't know, or Bo Davies is like they're in a stable of 3 people, you drag it into the ringside people. So if it's an additional and it's not involving the match, but they want it to be ringside, you would just add it to the ringside interferers or or ringside workers. So that's what you would do, and it would be involved as a ringside. Because with match purpose, if I were to delete this, because match purpose, you could have, maybe it's winner, no, what is it, agent notes. It's the agent notes that you could have Bo Davies should interfere the match. You could add that onto it, and however it does, spins it or whatnot, it would, I think in some way, shape, or form, Bo Davies would interfere with the match. And then you can select a winner, select an unspecified loser, or have it unspecified, or that individual be a loser, and then a win type, whether it be a clean finish, an unfair, victory by cheating, a count out, disqualification, or a BS finish. So that would be with the match. You can, if you save the match, it will go into the interface, but I am not going to save the match, so I'm going to hit cancel, and then you're back to this. Now for angle, you can add multiple snippets to the angle. I'll show you with this one, unless if this one is just one, where it's these two attacking these two, and then their match is happening. But like for It can be one, or it can be multiple, like these two with angles are multiple, where it has multiple things, and I'll show that. So you can add an angle, add a story beat. You can do attack, brawl, chase, entrance, interview, promo, matches made, receives medical attention, talking, war of words, workers pulled apart, a video. So you could have, for example, an interview and Aaron being the interviewee, and Brian Kelly being the staff, he's the interviewer. So you can set that duration, you can save the beats, and you add another beat to it. So then you could have another interview with Alex Adams with the same person. Thinking like, okay, one's getting interviewed and then one is interrupting. So you could do a save beat for that. And then you could be like, well, they're interviewing each other, and then all of a sudden, Aaron being the attacker to Alex Adams. Set that for 5 minutes or however long, and the length is 90 minutes again. So set that for 5 minutes, and then you can choose the difference of mild, medium, high, or extreme, violent. I'm just going to keep it at mild. You can save that beat, and then you could save it, and then it will show an angle involving Aaron, Alex, and Brian Kelly, and then this would be your entire angle. So that's how you would add a match and add an angle to your card, and then it would add up to 15 minutes, because I set every single one to 5 minutes each. So I'm going to simulate 2, since it's probably about time you're wanting, like, hey, where's the match? You said you would show us, the show and whatnot. We will simulate 2 the Saturday, the 23rd of, this has it at 2021, so we will simulate 2. You can either simulate day by day, or you can, since today it says it's the 2nd, we will simulate for, you can add a number of, you're going to add 20, not 201. We are going to add 20 to the 22nd at least. Proceed. And it already simmed. So nothing should change. There's no new news. The finances are still there. The popularity is now there. We have 4 emails now. She feels she tested. Ooh. Now we got drug test policies. Soft drugs, positive for steroids, and positive for steroids. At least it's not hard drugs, but we're going to reply. I think for, the first time, we're not going to fire anybody, but it's not like we're not going to do action. We're going to talk calmly, talk to them, give them a, slap on the wrist for the first time. It is steroids. Obviously, if I could be wrong, like steroids, I feel like is, yes, I believe it can kill you, but it's not like a hard drug that can instantly kill you. I could be wrong. Like, you could type in the comments, yeah, steroids can kill you right away and stuff like that. But I feel like with, soft drugs, hard drugs, soft and hard drugs can kill you a lot faster than steroids. But with it being Yeah, because I want these people to work, because it's like if we offer them rehab, forced rehab, they're gone for 60 days and they won't be there for the event. So it's either that or I'm giving them a small fine and stuff like that. But for every single one of them, I think I may do a small fine on the soft drugged one. But for the steroids, I'm going to talk calmly about it, because it's more of like muscle enhancement and it's not necessarily anything too particular. So we're going to make a decision on that. Okay, good talk. The morale is still good. So she, or if we should, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk calmly about it. So, and if it were to happen again, I'll give her a small fine. So, good decision. Okay, good talk. I'll do that for the rest of them. Talk calmly about it. Alright, I'll cut it out. Thank you for being understanding. Sweet. Hopefully you will. So we kind of need you. And then talk calmly about it. Okay, good talk. So I feel like this one, we may have solved an issue. With these other three saying, okay, good talk, I feel like it's going to happen again. So that is good. That we've got to see that part of aspect when it comes to the, drug policy. So gave them a slap on the wrist, a small talk about it. Be like, hey, this is a policy. This is kind of like your first warning. If it happens again, may have to do something, because obviously, said it's 19 days away. Oh, because we tried to do to the 20th, and since it's the 4th, so it's simulated to the days where we got the emails. Oh boy. So okay, Gemini Borough. Before March 9th. I'm gonna have to say sorry, bud, but it's like if I accept the promise and then I don't succeed, they're gonna be mad, so I'm gonna reject the promise. I'm gonna be like, sorry, I can't do that. You're within my storyline, you're not booked to be for the title. So I'm gonna have to reject it. I'm sorry. And especially, I mean, I could have given a different title, but within the reality right now, I don't know. Let's go back roster wise, because they weren't giving necessarily their weights. See, well, it's like build obese, but weight, it's like it's not giving anything. So I really can't say if he's like a cruiserweight or something. Otherwise I'll give him a cruiserweight title. But other than that, as of right now, I really can't promise anything. So let's try to sim to 22nd at least. Other emails. Fails drug test. Positive for steroids. Positive for steroids. Positive for soft drugs. Okay, I'm giving you a small fine. Sorry, no more smoking. so must be smoking weed or something. And Shania Lindsley, giving you a small fine because you did it again. You're right. Oh, sorry. I'll clean up. And he failed for talk calmly about it. Okay, good talk. Like I said, I feel like it's going to pop up again once they say that. So, yeah, 10 days, 11 days. Okay. Longer match request. I'm going to reply. Accept because you're in a 15-minute match, so I'll accept it. So 6 days. Could you stop it with the emails? What's that? Small fine. Understood. Alright. It's like you've done it once. Alright, nothing. Alright. Now we can hit the next day. Promised. It's in a 15-minute match, so it's at least 15 minutes, and that's what he wanted to be promised. So, back to the main office. Next day. Alright, no emails. News. Oh, okay. Christian Walker becomes an owner. Okay. Become closer friends. Become closer friends. That's good to hear. And new worker. Oh, probably all this stuff. Okay. That is good. That is good. Alright. So, it is match day today. And this is what you've been all waiting for. Sorry it's been taking so long. You've been seeing me as a GM taking action on these, now drug tests. So I had to do something, whether it be a slap on the wrist for the first time, or in a small fine, and then eventually, things are going to happen. I'm going to see if there's anything. It didn't hit financially with the small fine or anything, so. Alright, who did they add? Because now I have 24 roster people. I'll have to figure it out at a different time, but it said I had 12 and 12. So I'll have to figure it out before the next episode, but if it's the owner adding people, I wouldn't want things added. Unless if it was me switching people from heel to face or face to heel. So, but I had 23 here and now it's 24. So, yeah, I'll figure it out the next. And the new owner, Ashton. But he's a wrestler. So that's why. He's an owner. As well. They put him as an owner. I probably will knock him off of the owner because I'm the GM and I'm doing everything, but and he doesn't have that great of star power. It's 27, so. But anyway, this episode is becoming long enough, as it's getting close to 40 minutes, so we're going to start the show. Are you ready to begin the show? You will not be able to return to the booking screen. I am ready. So, we got our first match with Alex Adams, Jaden Cooper, Javen Bori, and Luister Aila. That wanted the 15 minute match or above. So Javen Ibori wins the match, get 100% crowd reaction. A 3-match star, a final score of 55. And within popularity, they go to -1. Good looks. Shane Cooper had a boost. The performance because of his gimmick. Star power of Jaden added to the match. Alex Adams was struggling. Luister was struggling. Stage looked good. Camera quality limits our possibility of audience satisfaction. Let's go to the next segment. Oh, get a decent boost on 3 out of the 4. Egan Mortensen and Haley Bard are attacked by Zerub Van Niekerk and Bo Davies. The good looks of Bo Daisy added to the story beat, star power, and the good looks of Egon added to the beat with the final score of 64. Next segment was a 5-star match, and Egon won the match. So Athlete Central won the match. They got a boost of 0.1. I can't talk. But within it, by aiming to steal a show, the workers really upped their game in ring. Mortensen with the good looks and star power. Bo Davies with the good looks. Zerub was struggling. Bo Davies was struggling for breath by the end of the match. Stage looked good. Camera quality limits by audience satisfaction. Good. Next. 4.5 star. Maria Jose Ferreira wins. So, money is reality. It's legit. Money is reality, and they can't win. So, they have a lot. Despite being a comedy match, there wasn't someone entertaining enough to make the audience laugh. Okay, yeah, because I had it set to make the audience laugh because of the millionaire gimmick. So Adolf D'Angelo had a boost because of their gimmick. The good looks of D'Angelo added to the match. Aurora Richards had a boost because of their gimmick, and Aurora Richards was struggling for breath at the end. Star power of Maria added to the match. The intimidating presence of Nunes added to the match. Maria was struggling for breath at the end. The stage looked good. Camera quality. Alright, so 15 minutes may be the cusp of too long. I was gonna do it 10 minutes, but it's a first show, so 10 minutes will probably be, good enough for some of these matches, especially at the beginning. Next segment, Aubrey Wilder and Caitlin Conway. Aubrey Wilder wins, was struggling breath at the end. The star power of Caitlin added to the match. Caitlin was struggling for breath. Audrey and Caitlin had a pretty bad chemistry as opponents. Their timing was all over the place. Stage looked good. Camera quality limits. Audrey was made to look like a threat in this match. It really helped their popularity. So both of them boost with popularity, which is good with a straight 3-star match. It's probably because of their bad chemistry all over the place. Handle character changes. She's heel. I wanted her to turn face. Let's take a look. So I wrote everyone down. And right now she is a classic heel. Turn and change character. So hopefully... Character overhaul of Kaylin was a huge failure. Okay. So, next segment. A half-star. Of Abby Perry and Janiyah Lindsay. Termination of Abby. She was struggling for breath. Star power of Janiyah, and she was struggling for breath. Abby was made to look like a threat. It really helped their popularity. Okay. 4-star, final score. The Angle, 53. And a Becker makes an entrance. Star power added to the story beat. Anna Becker was interviewed by Brian. Star power of Anna Becker was added. And then one of the announcers makes a match involving Abby Perry and Anna Becker, which will be used in the future. And both of their the star power of the announcer and Anna Becker was added to the story beat. And then we have Matthew Logan versus Oscar Shaw. Oscar Shaw wins. Star power of both added to the match. Oscar had a boost because of their gimmick. Good looks of Oscar added to the match. Oscar was struggling with breath. Matthew seemed to be fine. Stage looked good. Protecting Matthew Logan diminished the damage to their personality the segment would have had. 1-star match. It's like if I would have flopped everything so far, like had the women's stuff first and that angle with the tag team, and until now it seems like it dead, but we learned from it. And then we had Aaron. This was a -1.5. Oh boy. Major spot brought to the match another level. Star power between Aaron added to the match. Aaron was struggling. Star power of Dominic. Dominic was struggling. Big spot had the crowd to their feet. Aaron was made to look like a threat in this match. It really helped their popularity. The next segment. Oh, everyone was helped with this one. So, final score 58. Ocam his star power. So that's the story beat. Alex Jones made a match involving Aaron Quadras Ocam. So the star power and good looks of Alex Jones added to the story beat. And then a video of Quadras Ocam star power added to the beat. So we're gonna end the show. 54 rating. So, I mean, not bad overall, but it's just maybe, it's like if you would take the tag team angle and stuff like that in the match and flip it with some of the matches towards the end, it would have been better off. But overall, the final score, it seems to starts off a little hot, then it dipped down, then it came back. But within the match of Aaron and Dominic, didn't really do much. I was hoping he'd get a better score, but it's kind of like you go up and then you go down, and then you're trying to go up, and then it went. If you know like how the flow of things on like WWE 2K23 is, like you're trying to go high at the beginning, dip a little bit, but then go back up, and then dip a little bit, and then go back up. That's kind of what I was kind of creating, but it's also the first show, the first overall event that this company has had. So at a 54 rating, it's not bad. And like I said, I'd rather show the struggling than be 100% right all the time and not struggle. So this may be a struggle grind to start off at first, but then it will eventually get bigger as we add the Minnesota and all the other 50 states into this. So it'll be fun. Take it as a stride as I go through. So we're gonna end the show. So you go from popularity, North America, to a 0.1 for right now. And finances are gonna dip a little bit, so because pay per appearance with everybody, so we got a good chunk of change. We don't have a network deal yet, so adding the owner, which I'm gonna change right now. My promotion. Oh, it's probably the database, but then this, go to global, all promotions. Seeing owner Austin Watkins, which I don't want as an owner. 2 emails. Promise succeeded. This improved your relationship with them. And then the summary made attendance of 70 people. It was projected of 64. We got 6 more than what it was projected, and 489 ticket sales. So that's good. For the next one, I'll keep that room. It was 300 for 100 people. Keep that. Try to have everyone be a part of it, because that's what I did. Try to involve the storylines and everything. We'll check those quick before we leave. Relationships. Oh, kind of going down the train, because with the drug tests, probably. But those two were beginning, and then we gained a relationship, and these people are losing a relationship because of drug testing. But storylines right now, it's at a 40, so that's decent. This is at a 53, which is pretty good. And then this is at a 60. So started off strong with the tag team for the men, decent with the women, and then Aaron and Quadis are gonna have kind of bit of a I wouldn't say necessarily struggle, but it's gonna be quite a build up because it's gonna be for the next 5 events, and then that title match is gonna be the spoiler, whatnot, is gonna be all title matches are kind of the 6-month or even earlier, the 6-month events when their contract expires. But for some of them, I will extend, renegotiate with them, and renew their contracts. Where some of them I may not, and I may have to hire new people. It's just depending on what will be accomplished within the promotion. So thank you for watching. As you saw, the first event, some of the drug testing with some of the events happening throughout the whole entire game. I'm sorry this is taking forever, but we saw that. We've seen now what the storylines are popping right now, and hopefully you have a great rest of your day, night, wherever you are, and hopefully you enjoy this video. And if you haven't seen the other two videos, feel free to go into the playlist, and it's the Pro Wrestling Sim series playlist, or search on my channel to find them, because it would be the last two previous uploaded videos on my channel. Have a good one.